Alright, yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Around the Room back with another video. I'm Dave, and I'm here with my dad.
George.
Okay, so last week we showed you vacations, and usually I come with a poster, but this time I didn't come with a poster just because it would have been late for this video, so I might not even get one just because you weren't a fan of it, even though you liked one or two songs, kinda.
It was just okay.
Yeah, it was just okay for you. And something that I realized is that this is our last video for the month as well, which it felt like it went by fast. Like just since we only do 2 videos a month, but everything the way that we do it just happens fast.
For sure.
So this week is a different artist. Our first female artist on here, Snoh Aalegra. So you don't know much about her besides that you've heard one song, which we'll get into a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Snoh was born in South Iran but raised in Sweden, which I never
Really?
knew about her. I always thought that she was American,
Okay.
but her most streams are actually like in the UK, which I just kind of thought was a little bit weird.
That's interesting.
So her genre of music definitely fits more in like that soul and like R&B type of vibe, so more kind of your style. Her first EP was all the way in 2014. There Will Be Shine, which we won't be listening to today. But that was her first type of music that she released, and she's 35 now. And then she released her first album in 2016, Don't Explain, which is pretty well. What we have a song off of there, and then released her second album in 2017, Feels, which went pretty mainstream. This is kind of what got her into, everybody started talking about her and stuff like that. And then she came back in 2019 to drop her third album, Those Feels Again, which was when she was at her peak for sure. This is when she was doing crazy numbers. And then released her most recent album in 2021, Temporary Highs in the Violet Skies. So we haven't heard from her in 2 years, but I would like to think that she's going to release an album this year since she released one 2017, 2019, and 2021. So she takes like a year gap.
Okay.
So with this artist, she has 4 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which isn't a lot. I feel like she's super, super underrated because like people don't talk about how good she is like at all.
Yeah, so I've never heard of her before, but as you know, we were taking a drive to Houston,
Right.
and on my Spotify, I don't know if most people, I'm sure, know about this.
Mhm.
You had to tell me what it was.
Yeah.
But if, on Spotify, you have this little enhanced feature, which I have enabled on my phone, where it'll just, I guess, pick up random artists or similar artists to what you
Yeah,
like.
it's a really great feature.
And all of a sudden she popped up.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of grooving to the song, and you were like, hey, how are you listening to that? I was like, I have no idea. Didn't know who she was, and it was on, it was playing through the radio, and just thought it was super cool. I can't even remember what song it was. But you forbid me to ever listen to her again.
Yeah.
So I haven't listened to her until what we're gonna do now.
Yeah.
But I just remembered that one song was just super cool. I really liked her vibe and the groove of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Just had such a great sound. Her voice was fantastic. So I'm excited about listening to this one and digging into these songs because hopefully it's a lot like what I heard.
Yeah.
Of course, being able to mix it up is always great, but just that whole vibe and style that she does
And
was really great.
it's so interesting too because I was already thinking of showing you her anyways, and then when she popped up, I was like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, had never heard of her before.
So now we're doing her as ours, which I'm super, super excited about. So going into the first song, Under the Influence. So I'm actually gonna show you 2 songs in one. So it's Under the Influence and Under the Influence Part 2. And they just kind of immediately go off of each other.
Okay.
Basically the same song. So this is off the album Don't Explain. It has 8 million streams on Spotify. This is Under the Influence.
Let's hear it.
I agree. When you tell me it's wrong.
Yeah.
Already completely different than what we heard.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
When you tell me.
No, yeah, I just love the groove of this one, and that effect on her voice just sounds really cool.
Got that bluesy soul.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost has a
I don't know how we
old school,
Yeah.
also Amy Winehouse kind of vibe mixed in there.
Just a little afraid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Totally Amy Winehouse vibe.
I love her voice in the song.
Oh yeah. Got that grittiness to her voice, you know, it's just more edgy.
When you say you're confused.
It just has such a nice flow to the song.
But you
Background
feel
vocal.
like you
Yeah.
just a little afraid. Oh, we don't wanna change. No, we don't wanna change. And I forget I wanna find. 'Cause when we're alone,
Yeah.
under the influence of you. You got me feeling, you got me feeling on you. Why? You,
Yeah.
why? You got under the influence of you. Why?
Is that guitar in the back right there? Or no, it's
That's a
yeah.
vocal actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It's got an
crazy.
effect on there. It's got that little bit of distortion to it. It sounded like
You
a
got me feeling, baby.
I like that blues kind of
Yeah, very
guitar
blue.
feeling.
Yeah, yeah. And part 2 is about to come up right now,
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
gonna let play that for now.
Nice guitar work in there. I
Mhm.
like that. So it's interesting that they did it this way as a part 2.
Instead of just one.
Because the music's the same.
Mhm.
There's really no change. It's just more of an instrumental. I almost wish the guitar would even take off a little bit more. Just really just dig into it. Get
Yeah.
that bluesy kind of soulful vibe. But yeah, it's great guitar work.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that was Under the Influence.
Cool track.
That one's really really cool. I definitely just kind of like the way it's built up and just kind of where it takes you and
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Like I said, initially it caught me with like an Amy Winehouse kind of vibe. I don't know if you're with her,
No.
but it's kind of it's you know, she's just got that rasp, soulful, bluesy kind of vibe, which I heard a lot of that. And then as we kind of got midway through it, and this is another one of those songs that doesn't really have a bridge, just kind of
Yeah.
the same stuff over and over. And you know, I was chords a little bit. Let's see if I can. I'd have to hear it again, but. Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, definitely a really really cool track. I
Yeah,
like
so
this
it's
track a lot.
just really.
That
Very
sounds
cool.
good.
But what struck me about the song was it reminded me again, kind of old school.
Yeah.
But there's a real famous song from back then by James Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've heard of James Brown
Yeah.
probably. But it's called oh gosh, A Man's World. But the chord structure and it has that same type of feel.
Okay.
Almost, I don't want to say identical, but it's kind of one and the same.
Yeah.
Same style, same progressions, I think.
Probably inspired.
It would be, yeah, it's kind of, yeah, cool track. I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, no, for sure. Really, really dig that song.
cool.
It's funny too because I didn't know the song before I started looking up her music for this episode, and so the only two albums that I have listened to before this episode were Feels and Those Feels Again. And so then when I went to go look at her discography and stuff like that, I check out all their music, sit down and listen to all their stuff. And so this one was a song that I really liked. And so
Yeah, I mean, I dug it for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, there wasn't a lot to it. Like again, the chords kind of repeated over and over.
yeah.
And for those of you that are kind of wondering how I'm able to play the songs and I'm just hearing it, and it's a long story, and the way I listen to music is probably different than the average person.
Yeah.
Like in my head, I literally split what I'm hearing, I kind of separate it. Kind of like if you did with colors, you put the blues and the reds and yellows and greens.
Right.
That's what my brain does when I listen to music. So what I listen for is just kind of the root or the bass line.
Right.
So I'll usually figure that out first. And from there, once I kind of get the bass line, it's really just kind of filling in the pieces of what the chords. It doesn't always work that way, but it's just a good, quick way to kind of figure out what they're doing.
Right.
So those that are wondering, that's how I do it. So, and it can't be done for every song. Some songs are obviously more complex, but the ones that repeat over and over like that, it
It's pretty
sticks
easy
with
to
me.
get.
So it's somewhat easy to do.
Yeah. Cool. So that was Under the Influence.
Okay.
And this next song is
Dug it, for
called
sure.
You Keep Me Waiting. And so this is off of her second album, Feels. And it's featuring the rapper Vic Mensa. I hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know my pronunciation is never that amazing.
So there's a rap in this one.
There is
Okay, you know how I'm gonna feel about that.
a little bit of a rap. Well,
But-
this is definitely just to get your feet in the water.
I almost wish you wouldn't have told me that.
Because now you're thinking.
I'm gonna hate it just immediately. But we'll see.
You don't know.
see what
You don't
it's-
know.
Do you have lyrics for this one? You can pull up?
Yeah, I do have lyrics. So Vic Mensa is known for collaborating with the other artists such as G-Eazy and Chance the Rapper, which I'm not really sure if you're very aware of those two. He's not super big. I don't know a lot about Vic Mensa, but he's in the song, and so this song has 14 million streams on Spotify. Or this is You Keep Me Waiting.
Tell me you love me in October.
So yeah, so one of those other songs where it kind of feels very classic.
Yeah, very old school.
Yeah.
Here we are, another summer
Motown,
over.
vibe.
Yeah.
It's all the fucking say.
Yeah, I just love the groove to the song.
I like what she's doing vocally.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
So I just looked it up right now. Big inspirations for her: Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. This is Vic Mensa.
Lord, I know you fine. I know I'm not always on call, but I be on time. You heard from your X-Men. I could read your mind. Keep you here waiting. Girl, you know I idolize you like I'm Clay Aiken. Girl, you know I
Really?
fantasize about you laying
I don't know who
naked
Clay
in the
Aiken
villa
is.
in the
Oh my
grill,
God.
drinking wine as if we Jamaican. So call me Liam Neeson. Tell them niggas you taking. You just so advanced. Them other bitches is basic. You bad on your own, but we so much better together. Just give me the green
see,
light.
that just-
I'm ready when you ready.
Oh, why?
Told me
Why would
just
you do
wait
that?
a little longer.
That could have been the worst rap I've ever heard in my life.
'Cause all
That was so unnecessary. Yeah. Look Up, Leaving on That Midnight Train to Georgia. The music's almost identical. Like I could have sung it. You know, leaving on a midnight train, whoop whoop. They actually do that. They go whoop whoop. The rap was just ridiculous. It had such a good groove, and it was very Motown, and a copy of kind of that genre and era. You know, you're referencing Clay Aiken.
I don't know who that is.
All right,
Who's
so
Clay Aiken?
so the words are girl, you know I idolize you like I'm Clay Aiken. Clay Aiken was like season 2 of American Idol. Real nerdy looking guy.
That's kind of funny. That's
Idol,
actually
Clay
really
Aiken.
funny.
And then he referenced another celebrity.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, why? So call me Liam Neeson. What? Tell. Okay, yeah.
Like
Well,
from
repeat that one,
from Taken. You know, like the movie Taken.
It's ridiculous. That just
I actually
that
like
ruined
that.
the song for me. That was didn't need it. You're already kind of. I hate to use the word gimmicky because you're copying that Motown era and you
Yeah.
want that sound, but then you're trying to be okay. Let's be relevant and do something cool and hip, and it just didn't work. It just wasn't even cool. Like, like what are you rapping about?
No,
Seriously.
So I actually kind of agree. I wasn't a huge fan of the verse, but I felt like it was important to include it. One, because I feel like the song in a whole is a good song, but two, you know, I know you're not a big fan of rap, and so I'm slowly starting to sprinkle in some of the more rap stuff to
You know,
kind of.
it's just so gimmicky, and I keep going back to that word gimmicky because, like, for one, you're referencing 2 celebrities. Just
I'm fine
because
with you saying it's gimmicky. I would actually agree with you
Like,
that it is
what are you
gimmicky.
rapping? Like, rap should have, you know, something to it. Like, what are you rapping about? And he's just trying to rhyme words, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
So-
I felt like I'm glad that you said that because rap is very important about what you say in those lyrics,
Right.
and it needs to make you feel something. If this
For
doesn't
sure.
make you feel anything, then obviously
Yeah.
you're not a big fan of rap in the first place, so you're already not gonna like it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really glad that you said that because the next time that there is a some type of a rap feature, we're not gonna do a rap artist for a while. We're not gonna do a rap artist for a while, but we will. And so when it gets to that point, I think it's very important that you said that because
Yeah.
if an artist does make you feel that way, then it's.
I mean, yeah, it's got to have meaning behind it. It's
Yeah.
got to have, you know, a purpose behind it. And same thing with the music, right? Like the music's got to be, you know, there's got to be something there to grab onto and expand on. And if it's just like that previous artist we listened to, it was just so basic.
Vacations, yeah.
Yeah. So, which all of it has its place, you know, but.
Mhm.
But yeah, I want something with substance and something with, you know,
Yeah.
some meaning and actual thought to it
Right.
versus just gimmicky. But,
Mhm.
but yeah, the vibe of the song was cool,
It's-
and
it's
I was like really liking
it's
it
a cool
until
vibe.
that.
Yeah,
until
until,
that part,
until
so.
that.
And then musically, it was again kind of repetitive, but I mean, cool instrumentation in there and stuff. So the
sure.
harmonies were great, and of course her vocals were great as well.
Yeah, she's a really good vocalist. She's a really good vocalist.
Yeah, I like her style. I like what she does.
So the next song is called "Fool for You." This song is also off of Feels. So this was her big song on this album. This was really where people started to recognize who she was and you know started to become a star. So this song has 82 million streams on Spotify.
Fool for You. Okay.
That makes me wonder.
Different
I
vibe.
swear I'll
than
marry
the other
Yeah,
two
you,
sure.
songs.
but you're as maybe it was me who brought you here. I should run the other way, but I stay right here, and I'll be.
I love that part of the song.
Cool. For you. I know myself, but I pretend. I leave and I come back again.
I like that chord
I'm a
there.
fool for you. Fool for you.
Yeah, just the harmonization's
I
just
know
so well
myself,
done in
but
the
I
song.
pretend I leave and I come back again. Oh, ba, 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 ba. Oh,
So that was Fool for You.
Cool. I mean, it's got a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Again, one of those that does not have a bridge.
Yeah.
So the chords were just repeated over and over and over. But they were interesting. The chords were kind of different. But I mean, just overall okay in that one.
I think this is a cool song because it's definitely different than the first two. I think this is where you kind of start to see the evolution of Snow, especially into like the later parts of where this playlist is going. And you know, I just kind of like the way that she really took it back in this song, and it was more mellowed out. I'm a fan of mellow music, and when it's just kind of more of a peaceful type of tone, and that did this in this song.
Well, I think this one started with just kind of guitar at the very beginning, didn't it? Like, and then the keys kind of overlapped on. So that was kind of a different feel. And I like that, but it didn't really take me anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it just kind of repeated over and over and over. Vocally, I was listening to the music.
Right.
So it's not anything that really caught me, but I mean it was cool. I mean, it kind of had a nice vibe.
Yeah, no, I think definitely the lyrics is you know saying this like "fool for you," so kind of just how you fall for a person just over and over again, just you know not learning through like mistakes and stuff like that. So it's a cool lyrical song as well that I like. But yeah, so going into the next song, "I Want You Around." So this is the song that you know, and so this is a very important song to.
How do I know this one?
The "I Want You Around." So this is the one that we heard in the car.
Oh, okay.
Or in the truck, and so this is off the album "Oh Those Feelings Again," and this is where she was huge. This song has 108 million streams on Spotify. Was really big, and you know so this is, since you've already heard it just one time though, it's more gonna be of an analyzation, I guess, right? Since you've already heard it, so you kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't remember it, so
okay.
I'd need to hear it. I mean, that was at one time and only time I heard that song. So
Okay.
But yeah, let's
For sure. So
check it out.
"I Want You Around." This time with lyrics as well.
it's not that I don't want you here. Yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes.
Yeah, you just kind of hear that
I
kick.
know that I don't make
Yeah.
things clear. No. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can
Yeah,
get
there's
away.
that bass.
Yeah.
Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay.
Yeah, this song gets you moving for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I want you around.
Yeah, I love her voice.
Yeah.
She's just so smooth, but then
I want you
she's got a little bit of that grit that she throws in there, that little rasp. It's nice.
She sounds great live too.
I bet.
I need to show you some of her live stuff.
So here's a difference of where simplicity, right? It's just nothing exciting going on. It's just a nice groove. It just keeps you, right? It keeps you there.
I swear it's hard to keep these feelings to myself. Now you're the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this song. Yeah, very nice. She's got a great voice.
Yeah, she really does.
And it's unique. It's just like I was trying to place if I've heard that kind of voice before, and she's just really smooth and sultry, and it's just like I said, it's got a little bit of that rasp in there when she really pushes her voice. So,
Yeah.
yeah, just her style. I think she's so cool.
So yeah, this is probably my favorite song since "Give You the World" back when we did like the Steve Lacy video. In terms of just like it just has all the elements of just like such a great song. It has that groove, very R&B ish.
Yeah, very R&B. Yeah.
Of course, her voice is incredible, especially in this song. I feel like I really feel her voice in this song. But yeah, this one that one's definitely a really really good song. So the next song is "Find Someone Like You." This is off the album "Those Feels Again." Yeah, I think it's funny how this album's called "Oh Those Feels Again" and the previous one is called "Feels." So I thought that was kind of funny.
Cool.
But this has 42 million streams as well. Again, this is just when she was really really big. So yeah, "Find Someone Like You."
Okay.
I've been waiting my whole life to find someone like you.
Oh yeah.
Find someone like you. Yeah. I've been on this to last forever.
Yeah, another good group song.
You got a past, I want you. And even when it's bad, I love you.
Yeah, those strings in the back.
Waiting my whole year. Oh, baby, I want this. I want this to last forever. Oh yeah, baby, I want this. Can we make this last forever? Make it last, yeah. Oh
Yeah, just bringing in that.
like you.
Very cool.
So that was "Find Someone Like You." That one is definitely a really really cool one. Just the whole vibe of it. Kind of going off the song, "I Want You Around." A little bit similar in just kind of the groove of it, but really different. Yeah.
Yeah, no, very cool. There's some really great elements of got some orchestration kind of mixed in there. And,
Yeah.
Again, I keep going back to the not having a bridge thing. Like this one, like I don't think any of the songs have really had a bridge. And sometimes that's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's repetitive, but there's so much stuff to grab onto, right? Like there's a lot of
Right.
thought on how it's arranged and some of those chord progressions that they're just kind of they're building off of them. Although they repeat over and over and over, they kind of add implements of different aspects of those chords by adding in orchestration and harmonies and different. And of course, her vocal styling is just she's amazing. I love what she's doing. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, cool stuff. I really like that.
Cool. Yeah, and I think it's interesting. You mentioned kind of bridges a lot, and I just kind of noticed that. I was like, man, for a lot of the songs I've showed you, not many
They
of them
don't have bridges, yeah.
have bridges. So it's just kind of just weird. I don't know if that's just like something of like new age style of music, or if
Maybe
it's just
because I kind of grew up like almost all these songs they'll have a bridge.
yeah.
Which again it's kind of first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, and then it takes you to a bridge, which kind of it's a different part of the song, takes you to kind of another area. And it's been interesting. I don't know if it's maybe an R&B thing. I don't know, but but again, you don't always need that. And when you have that substance that's there, you don't really need to do that. So I'm completely fine with it not having a bridge in there. But it is interesting. So
And so this last one, it's a little bit different. This is a Spotify single, "Do for Love." So you told me about this song. So that was Snoh Aalegra. What'd you think about her? How many songs are you gonna put into your playlist?
Probably all of them, with the exception of the one that has that nonsense rap in there,
Vic Mensa.
which just really killed that vibe of the song. But yeah, I definitely like her. I think she's got an amazing voice. Again, she's not doing anything crazy. You know, she's not hitting these crazy high notes or doing these crazy runs. It's just so smooth and so, sultry even. And it gives you that variety. Like I said, everything from that old school Motown sound to a soulful, bluesy kind of sound. So I'd definitely love to hear more from what she's got.
Yeah, for sure. I think this was definitely more of a laid back video. I felt like I had to give you something that you liked because of last episode with Vacation. So I was like, all right, I'll listen to Snoh Aalegra. But we have a couple artists that you haven't listened to yet. That's gonna definitely get you really really excited. So in the coming weeks and months, I'm definitely excited to show you some of these artists coming up.
Very cool. Me too.
But yeah, guys, that has been the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to do all the things that other YouTubers tell you to do. And yeah, guys, it's been it.
Thank you.